eliminating traditional clear cutting, adopting an ecologically based old growth policy down to the level of the tree, seeking and ultimately obtaining Forest Stewardship Council certification of exemplary management of its forest lands, reducing the level of harvest in a manner that has allowed Mendocino Redwood Company to increase its standing inventory of redwood and Douglas fir trees by approximately 600 million board feet, rebuilding working relationships with neighbors, environmental groups, regulators, and other stakeholders in Mendocino County, investing in sediment control projects to withhold approximately 700,000 cubic yards of sediment from the streams running through its property, and treating 40,000 acres of tan oak dominated stands to bring back a robust conifer forest. And whereas, although initially challenged by activists and skeptics, Mendocino Redwood Company has over time significantly lowered the level of tension regarding the management of its forest lands as compared to its predecessor, Louisiana Pacific. Lower tensions regarding forest policy allow members of the community to spend their time working towards solutions surrounding forest issues. And whereas Mendocino Redwood Company worked for more than 2 years in a collaborative effort with a broad group of stakeholders toward a recent and successful conclusion of new and ongoing management of Jackson Demonstration State Forest in Mendocino County. And whereas Mendocino Redwood Company's production affiliate, Mendocino Forest Products, has been a good employer and has successfully operated a redwood lumber sawmill and a related lumber distribution business in Ukiah, and has been named a Home Depot Environmental Partner of the Year, as well as recently named Home Depot's Lumber Department's Vendor of the Year. And whereas Mendocino Redwood Company and its affiliate, Mendocino Forest Products, have been a very positive addition to Mendocino County, conducting their business with integrity and responsibility. And whereas Mendocino Redwood Company and Mendocino Forest Products are businesses that have kept their word to this county. Now therefore be it resolved that the Mendocino County Board of Supervisors, recognizing that there may be multiple parties interested in Pacific Lumber Company lands that could be attractive to Humboldt County, resolves to inform the Humboldt County Board of Supervisors of its positive experiences with Mendocino Redwood Company since its formation on June 30th, 1998, and encourages the Humboldt County Board of Supervisors to weigh this information when considering support for the possible alternatives for Pacific Lumber Company post-bankruptcy. Mr. Chairman, as the supervisor that has the sawmill and the distribution center in his district, and very proud to have those, I would gladly introduce this resolution to the board.
Board comment.
I would
Supervisor Pinches.
certainly be proud to. I think this is a very excellent resolution. It's very well written, and I would certainly like to second the motion.
Okay, it's been presented with a motion and a second.
And we have a gentleman from Mendocino Redwoods in the audience
Before I
today.
took the vote, I was going to ask for any further board comment. I can't see your pen, Kendall.
No,
Okay,
not at this moment.
any comment? Okay, I'd like to invite Mr. Janai to the podium. Please state your name and any comments. Thank you, Michael.
Members of the board, I am the president of Mendocino Redwood Company. My name is Mike Janai, and I'm here today first to thank Supervisor Delbar for introducing this, and then to answer any questions that the other board members might have. What I would like to make just a few points about the resolution. Time is of the essence, and if we had had the luxury of time, we would have made contact with each and every one of you in regards to this before having it come up so urgently. I did try and get a hold of most everybody, and if I didn't, Sandy Dean did, our chairman. The reason for that is that this is going to move rather quickly in bankruptcy court. We are told that a judge will be making a decision about the outcome of the various plans presented sometime at the end of March, I think is the date. We don't have a track record in Humboldt County, but we do feel as though we've established a track record here in Mendocino County, and we wanted an opportunity to more or less ask the board here to provide this. It's a letter of introduction or a resolution of introduction in the hopes that the Humboldt County Board of Supervisors would take that into account when they're going to look at a multiple group of plans. And at this point in time, I don't have the ability to outline for you other plans. There will be other plans. We are not asking your support of our plans, merely that you provide us with this resolution so that we get an introduction and have an ability to engage the Humboldt County Board of Supervisors in some dialogue as this moves through the courts. Hopefully, they will look at our record and support our plan. But at this time, I can't. It eventually will be in the hands of the judge. Thank you.
Questions for Mr. Janai? Supervisor Pinches?
I got a question. Yeah, I mean, it's nice for you to have the support of Humboldt County in your plan, but ultimately, that's going to be made by a bankruptcy judge that resides in Texas.
That's correct.
So, I mean, is there it seems to me, I mean, it's your business, it's your game plan, but it seemed to me that there needs to be some sort of a support of your plan to the bankruptcy judge that has to be backed by Humboldt County and even Mendocino County too. Is that
one of the things that I think all of us have to really keep in mind is exactly that point. When you look at the Redwood business, it's really not that big of a business. It's a small regional business, and what happens up there in Humboldt County with Palco is going to have some ramifications for things down here, especially with our small forest landowners and also the smaller milling facilities. So if there's some way in which, as these other plans surface, your board and the board up in Humboldt can collaboratively work together, that I think benefits all of us that are involved in the forest industry here in Mendocino County and in Humboldt County. We have seen the results of what happens when infrastructure starts peeling off, and you can see that in spades up in the Sierras, where landowners are basically giving up doing forestry on their properties anymore because they can't get access to facilities for processing any longer. We're making a commitment with our plan to keep that mill open, and in so doing, I think it will keep the redwood industry vibrant. It will also, and I think this becomes a big problem with dealing with the Douglas fir that we have coming out of this county and out of that county up north. There are dwindling opportunities for Douglas fir. And I think that with our relationship with Home Depot, this having enough momentum and land behind us to give a secure source, we can grab some of that Home Depot business with this.
Mr. Chairman, if I could continue. Along that lines, I don't know what the process of this bankruptcy of Palco is, but maybe it's something Mendocino County ought to discuss, maybe even sending somebody. I don't know what can we talk to that judge about economic development in this region? I mean, otherwise he or she gets a bunch of paper on their desk and they decide whether this plan or that plan, and maybe totally on the plan has nothing to do with the economic ramifications of that area. So do we have the ability to contact?
I don't have an answer for that, but I can surely find one out. I heard, the judge made a statement at one point that he was going to come to Humboldt County to review the various plans at some point before making a decision. There may be opportunity for local jurisdictions to weigh in at that point in time. At this point, I don't know.